I mentioned Pure Pursuits in Colorado. We carried out the GC index on everybody coming on that pursuit, and I shared this picture with the team during the Pure Pursuit when we were at the Little Nowling Aspen. And this is just a set of individual debriefs from A through O for all of the people who were on the Pure Pursuit. So you can see we had a full range of profiles. There were 7 game changers, which perhaps isn't surprising in that there's a lot of very driven, quite creative business founders on the program. So, you know, look at, for example, profile A, very strong right-hand side profile with lots of obsession. Same for profile G, very dominant, game-changing proclivity, relentless energy and focus around new ideas and innovation. We also had 4 implementers on this group. So look at, for example, profile I, a 10 out of 10. Any score above 7 is a high score. So this is a very delivery focused, very pragmatic leader with quite a strong sense of purpose. Look at that strategy score just behind it, an 8. So this isn't somebody who just wants to be a headless chicken. This is somebody who wants to really execute in line with purpose. We also had 3 playmakers, for example, profile O, where the dominant kind of approach is to bring the team together and get the best out of the different contributions in the team. And that's the team profile. You can see there's sort of combination of overarching strength around game changer and implementer. So this is a team that typically would be very entrepreneurial, very good at coming up with ideas and executing them quickly, but wouldn't necessarily be that great at scaling a business because it's not so strategic and doesn't continuously learn from experience and continuously improve. So it's very interesting the sorts of insights this can generate. So I'm going to wrap up now. I mean, question for you is what you're going to ask me questions, but my question for you is what's your leadership response? And whatever it is, you've got to focus on trying to get your team aligned and performing with impact. And that means, you know, forging a view as a group and backing yourself and having the courage to back yourself through this and not lose sight of that vision and focus. And I'll finish with this idea, the Stockdale paradox, which was included in Jim Collins' book called Good to Great. And he interviewed a guy called Admiral Stockdale, who was the most senior ranking American military officer who was imprisoned in Hanoi, and it was known as the Hanoi Hilton. It wasn't a good place to be. He was tortured continuously during that 8-year period. And Jim Collins asked him, you know, how did you survive that experience? And he said, I retained faith all the way through that somehow I will prevail, regardless of the difficulties. And then he was asked the question, who didn't make it out? And he said, oh, that was easy. That was the optimists. The optimists were always thinking, I'll be out by Christmas. And Christmas came and went, and they were still in prison. And they kind of died of disappointment. So his other gift to us to think about is you've got to confront the most brutal facts of your current reality, whatever they might be, but never lose that faith that you'll find a way through in the end. So question for you is, how can you and your team embrace that paradox? Because that's not going to be easy, right?